Okay, if I could go back and talk to myself before I ever started my fitness journey, I would have so much to say. When I first started my fitness journey, I feel like I was doing everything wrong. And I wasted so much time chasing quick fixes, forcing myself through workouts I hated, feeling frustrated with my results, and struggling so bad that I could not be consistent enough to actually make anything part of my routine that would actually stick. So if you're starting out, or even if you've been doing this for a while, but you just haven't seen the results you wanted, here are 10 things I wish I knew before I started my fitness journey. But if you're new here, hi, I'm Heather, your go-to girl for elevation in wellness and self-improvement. So make sure you subscribe to stick around. The number one mistake I used to make was thinking that the scale was an accurate representation of my weight loss journey. I would step on the scale every 2 or 3 days thinking, oh, I'd gone to the gym twice this week. The scale must have changed. And then if it didn't, it would just ruin my mood, ruin my progress. Got me thinking, is this even worth it or what's the point? But did you know that your weight actually fluctuates from day to day? Water retention, muscle gain, hormones, especially if you're a female during your cycle, it all plays a role. For example, when I first started my fitness journey, my weight did not change even after a month of consistently going to the gym. Did you know that muscle actually weighs more than fat, but it does take up less space because it's more condensed? So instead of focusing on the number on the scale, honestly, focus instead on how you feel and remember the purpose and the reason that you're doing this to begin with. Do you feel stronger from week to week? Do you find yourself being able to lift more weight? Do your clothes fit differently? Do you have more energy? Are you sleeping and waking up at a more consistent time schedule? This is progress and is way more real and measurable than any number on the scale. Okay. One thing I learned, and this was also within the first month or two of working out, it's very important to at least get some type of meal in before you work out. I used to work out on an empty stomach because I thought it would help me burn more fat somehow, but spoiler, it doesn't. It actually makes you more weak. Studies show that eating before your training actually improves performance and prevent muscle breakdown because there's an actual supply of energy. And fuel actually helps speed up recovery too. Think of your body as a car. You wouldn't expect it to go with zero fuel in the tank. So just do things like quick carbs and protein for energy. I love doing a bagel or flatbread in the morning with some peanut butter and half a banana. You can also do some Greek yogurt with honey and granola or a protein bar or smoothie. Keep it simple, don't overcomplicate it, but definitely make sure you have some fuel in your system before you start working out. The next tip is that lifting won't make you bulky. I was like so many other people, scared to lift heavy weights because I thought I was gonna get too muscular and look like She-Hulk or something. I thought lifting was for boys and girls were just meant to go on the cardio or like mat exercises. But what I wish I knew sooner is that strength training actually helps tone, build muscle, and define your body shape even more. Because if you're just losing fat and not gaining muscle, you could potentially end up with that skinny fat look. You need to actually build the muscle underneath so that you can have more shape and toneness to your body. Plus, actually having more muscles burns more calories at rest, which means you can actually burn more fat even when you're not working out. And it can also help with adding a little bit more calories since you have to fuel more of your muscles. If you want to feel strong, confident, and actually see progress, don't be afraid to lift heavy. I wish I had started lifting and going to the gym a lot sooner. The next one, and this is so important, is making sleep a priority. I would say this is probably the most important one. I used to stay up all the time. I would not even go to sleep before midnight. But if you work out all you want and you're not sleeping on time, this throws everything off for your schedule. You need sleep as recovery time so that your muscles can actually recover and grow. And if you're not recovering, then you're not making progress. Studies show that lack of sleep can actually decrease muscle recovery by up to 40%. Not just that, but if you stay up later, is also correlated with increased cravings for things like junk food and can even slow down your metabolism. I get it, late night scrolling is so tempting, and after work, the last thing that you want to do is think about sleeping early. But if you're serious about actually starting your fitness journey, or if you've had trouble being consistent in the past, starting with sleeping at a consistent time and waking up at a consistent time will have one of the most major impacts on your health and fitness journey. Try to make this a non-negotiable 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night and watch how much better that you'll feel, train, and recover. Next, I wish I knew that progress is not linear. I have a whole video where I talk about my complete weight loss journey of how I first lost 30 pounds. I went from drinking and binge eating on the weekends to living the lifestyle of my dreams that I'm actually proud of and have way more energy than before. And what I wish I knew is that progress is not linear. Some weeks you feel on top of the world and like you can take on any workout routine and you actually see change when you look in the mirror, and other weeks you feel so weak, you have no motivation to go on that run or do that lift, or you feel like you're moving backwards. That is completely normal. It took me 3 to 4 years of consistent progress before I actually saw the results that I had always dreamed of. It takes time. Life happens, holidays happens, birthdays, vacations, real life happens, but you are elastic enough to be able to take on those life changes and come back to your center. Make this a part of exactly who you are, and nothing is gonna stand in your way. Also, you have to think about how far you've come, even in the small things. Like we just talked about sleep. If you are actually sleeping more than 7 hours every single night, that's a win. And that's why the fitness goal is about more than just your looks. It's about how your body actually feels. And the whole purpose of health and wellness is to make you feel better. It isn't just the aesthetic outside look of it. So just know that it's not a linear process and it looks more like this. This is not a sprint. Next is that food is not the enemy. I spent way too much time scared of food, tracking every single meal, and cutting out the things that I loved the most. And that just led to me falling off more times than one because my meals were not sustainable. In fact, it hurts your progress. But your body needs fuel, especially protein, to build muscle and to burn fat. When you eat more nutritious foods, you do feel stronger and have better workouts and see the results that you're looking for. So don't be scared of certain types of foods. Instead, one thing I like focusing on is portion sizes and portion control. You can still have so many of the things that you love and enjoy how to eat. I follow the 80-20 rule, which is 80% of the time trying to stick to healthy, whole foods and still allowing 20% of the time for life to happen, and restaurants and birthdays and occasional ice cream. It's not going to end your fitness journey or set you back completely. It needs to be a part of your lifestyle so that you can sustain this for the long term. Next is that fitness should fit your lifestyle. It shouldn't be what this person online says or this content creator, because a lot of the times these creators, including myself, have a lot more time to be able to put into sustaining that lifestyle. So you can't compare yourself to anyone else. You need to start with baby steps, with things that can actually fit into your schedule. The best workout is the one that you actually enjoy and can do consistently. Don't try to fit anyone else's routine into your lifestyle. Pick and choose and take things from others and add little by little. Waking up early, trying different workouts. Things like ClassPass can be a great opportunity for you to try different types of workouts and exercises to truly find what it is that you like. Maybe you're a Pilates princess, or maybe long distance running is your thing. You'll find that thing by actively trying out all these different types of exercises and keeping the things that you actually enjoy doing, and just make it your own. Another thing I wish I knew before I started my fitness journey is rest days are necessary. I used to think that if I wasn't going to the gym that day, then I wasn't making progress. But your body needs time to recover, or else you will feel the side effects of it. The days that you're not actually training are the days that your muscles are growing and recovering. Overtraining can actually lead to burnout, injuries, and actually slower progress, not faster. So if you're stuck, make sure that you're adding enough rest days on your week so that you give yourself time to actually recover. Next is about mindset, because when you're starting on your fitness journey, it is so easy to fall off and you can be very easily influenced. So you have to surround yourself by positive role models. One, by telling people in your circle in real life that you're committing to this fitness journey so that they tempt you less. And also, I love listening to podcasts, watching YouTubers that are living the lifestyle that I also aspire to have, because it helps fuel your brain with positivity. And when you do the exact opposite, like doom scroll on social media, it can actually bring down your vibe and make you less motivated, because the content that you consume really reflects on your outer world. When you're doing this fitness journey, find people that inspire and educate you. Follow people on social media that make you feel good and empowered about yourself, not ones that intimidate you and make you feel like you aren't enough, because fitness is way more than physical. It is such a mental game too. So you have to protect your mindset and protect your peace. Things like a morning and night routine also help with that as well. And another thing is, you don't have to have the perfect workout routine, the perfect meal plan, or the perfect schedule to make progress. You just need to show up again and again. The truth is that small, consistent actions really do add up. And what seems like the smallest decision, like not picking up that ice cream today, or cooking breakfast instead of skipping it this morning, or actually eating the right amount of protein intake today, might sound like such a small, little insignificant task, but over time, it actually adds up. Look, there are gonna be days when you're too tired or you don't have time and life just gets in the way. But the point is, you have the resilience to be able to bounce back. Give yourself some grace. Remember that progress isn't linear and it isn't about being perfect. But with these tips, you'll be able to build healthy habits that actually lead to progress. So this time around, instead of aiming for perfection, aim instead for consistency. Reward yourself. Do what you can when you can and trust that it's all gonna add up. I wish I knew all this sooner, and if you're hearing it now, take this as a sign to get started on your fitness journey. You don't need to wait till Monday or next month or next year. You can literally get started today. There's no need to overcomplicate it on your fitness journey. Focus on what makes you feel good, prioritizing yourself and sleep and body, and enjoy the process. Remember that fitness is going to add to your life, but don't let it overtake you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to stick around to elevate your life in health and wellness. I'll see you in the next one.